Europe is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the International World Press Freedom Day by looking south to its neighbours on the Mediterranean, thus renewing its commitment through the consolidation of all mass media to promote those democratic processes which have resulted from the Arab Spring of 2011. Training and protection of journalists and bloggers, the combat of impunity of crimes against press freedom and online safety. These are the guidelines of the European Union, committed in several projects, initiatives and awards that aim on the whole to improve the technical and cultural tools in the hands of journalists, thus enhancing democracy and strengthening the relations and interactions between the different shores of the Mediterranean.
I'm thinking the people who read the media, to listen to the radio and follow you on Twitter and social media. I think they need to hear the voice of encouraged change, and they also need to have a non-bureaucratic, non-political script to understand what is happening, both in terms of opportunities, but I think also fairly enough to share the risks, not to jack up hopes too high with false promises, but trying just to get the media, get the journalist voice, get a journalist eye.
A goal that the EU promotes through a regional multi-annual communications programme developed in collaboration with local and European medias, such as the project Journalist Training and Networking, coordinated by the BBC.
One of the strands is learning about how the EU works, what its policies are, how they affect their country, so that's a very important element. The other element is reporting skills, journalism, public service, how to be a decent journalist. And of course, we mustn't forget also the training for the managers, which is also very important, and how to sustain decent values.
Another important aspect is youth training, a priority goal in the Youth Arab Voices programme, run by the British Council.
This project started just after the Tunisian revolution, and it aims to implement the culture of debate in Tunisia, which is something that we didn't have during the Ben Ali regime. So we have been working with NGO, high schools and universities all over the country, and it's the same model duplicated in Algeria, Morocco, Libya, Egypt and Jordan.
And even where war is still part of daily life, as in Syria, journalists and media have nevertheless regained a central role in society.
I think what is happening is that it's a revolution on so many levels. For example, in Syria, you have an outbreak of new media outlets. After 40 years of two newspapers, Tishrin al-Thawra, now in every even little town you have 3 newspapers, run by local journalists. So it's an outbreak that I think no one will be able to stop.
The Arab Spring liberated media and journalists who have been gagged for years. Now the challenge rests on Europe, who is to support fully the flowering spring of information.